Good
afternoon, all the participants. On behalf of IRIFM Secunderabad, it's a warm welcome to each one of you for today's webinar on MCQ on books. It is not commercial bookkeeping, it is railway books. Please note. And then we have an important announcement. I request all of you to please pay attention. From tomorrow onwards, there will not be any 3A webinar for 3A till further orders. I repeat, from tomorrow onwards, there will not be any webinars for 3A aspirants till further orders. Okay, and I think this is the time for you to study, revise, and study. Okay, to take up this session on MCQs on railway books, we have Shri K. Damodar Prasad, sir. He is retired as senior AFA, South Central. Welcome, sir, and it's over to you to come on the session.
Thank you. I welcome all the participants to this last session for 3A candidates. And today I prepared these MCQs on books, that is railway books, because budget has already been covered only on books. And in the end, the recently Railway Board issued one RBA, and on that circular, let us briefly have a discussion, and with that we can wind up. And I request all the participants एक किताब एक छोटा सा पेपर लीजिएगा, and pen and paper should be there in your hands. And I request all the participants to participate, whether it is right or wrong, that is immaterial, but participation is most important. So please take out your paper and pen. There are, I have designed 60 questions, very easy to understand, easy to attempt also. So don't feel shy. If you have put wrong also, let it be wrong. There is no issue. So please, one by one, I'll read, and you can also read on the screen. We will quickly finish off as soon as we complete the reading of, say, particular one question. You mark the answer. After 60 are over, then one by one, what is the right answer, that we will discuss. So, and thereafter, we will go to the RBA recently on 15/7, whatever, sorry, 15/12, whatever recent RBA was given, that salient features we will discuss. So, candidates, hope all of you ready with your pen and paper. Okay, so let us start one by one. 60 questions we will complete within 60 minutes. Let us keep the target. Okay, so let us go. Initial record for cash transaction is A, cash bill or voucher, B, A1106, C, cash book, D, CO7. Initial record for a cash transaction is A, cash bill, B, A1106, C, cash book, D, CO7. Hope you have all marked the answer. Okay, let us go to the second one. General books, find odd one. Find odd one. General books, find odd one. जो जनरल बुक नहीं है वो आप चुनना होगा. A, जनरल कैश बुक, B, सब रजिस्टर ऑफ अकाउंट करंट, D, जर्नल, D, journal, and D, ledger. Second question, general books, find odd one. A, general cash book. B, sub-register of account current. C, journal. D, ledger. Hope you have marked the answer for question number 2. Now question number 3, subsidiary books, find odd one. जो subsidiary book नहीं है वो आप select करना है. A, register of earnings. B, works register. C, suspense register. D, general abstract cash book. Question number 3, subsidiary books. इसमें find odd one. A, register of earnings. B, works register. C, suspense registers. D, general abstract cash book. So I am going to fourth one. Balances lying in deposit unpaid wages for 3 years may be credited to. Balances lying in deposit unpaid wages for 3 years may be credited to. Options are A, staff benefit fund. B, earnings abstract judge. C, provident fund. D, none of these. I am going to fifth question. For crediting the balances lying uncleared for more than 3 years in deposit miscellaneous to earnings, that is abstract judge miscellaneous receipts, approval of which authority is required? Here are your options. Option A, senior DFM. Option B, DRM. Option C, FNCAO. Option D, personal approval of PFA. Personal approval of PFA. So these are the options. Please mark your answers on the paper. Okay. Now I am moving to sixth question. Which of the following statements is okay? Which of the following statement is correct? Okay. A, monthly cash abstract totals and journal totals are taken separately to ledger. B, totals in monthly abstract of cash book are added up to journal and posted in the ledger. C, only totals in the abstract of cash book are taken to the ledger. D, none of these. Chatwa question, which of the following statements is incorrect? No, which of the following statements is correct? Which of the following statements is correct? A, monthly abstract cash book totals and journal totals are taken separately, अलग अलग से ledger पे ले जाएगा. B, totals in the monthly abstract of cash book are added up to journal. cash book का total journal को add करेगा, बाद में वो total ledger में post किया जाएगा. C, only totals in the monthly abstract of cash book are taken. खाली cash book का total ledger को ले जाते हैं. D, none of these. So which of the following statement is correct? So that you have to mark. 7, the object of maintaining revenue allocation register is to keep heads of the department or divisions informed of the progress of capital expenditure vis-a-vis spending limits. B, keep the heads of the departments or divisions informed of the progress of the revenue expenditure vis-a-vis spending limits. C, keep the GM informed of the progress of the revenue expenditure vis-a-vis spending limits. D, none of these. इसका आंसर आप लिख के आपके पास रख दीजिएगा. Then 8, question number 8, which is not a tool for controlling revenue expenditure. Which is not a tool for controlling revenue expenditure. A, fixing spending limits. B, fixing proportionate budget allotment. C, watching the progress of expenditure through revenue allocation register. D, watching the progress of expenditure through works register. So which is not a tool for controlling the revenue expenditure, that you have to mark. Then ninth question, cash transactions comprise of A, cash or check payment to staff, cash or check payment to outsiders like suppliers, contractors, C, cash receipt from stations, D, all of these. इसका आंसर आप लिखे रख दीजिएगा. Then 10th question, transactions pertaining to book adjustments are A, intra-railway transactions, B, PAO transactions, C, AG transactions, D, salary payments. Transactions pertaining to book adjustments. You have to mark correct answer. Then I am switching over to 11th question. Which of the following is not an adjustment transaction? Adjustment transaction नहीं है. Issue of maintenance of stores from stores depot A, B, contract payment to a state electricity board, C, payment made by a nominated railway being accepted by the consignee railway, D, acceptance of POH debit raised by a workshop for the work done. So इसमें से जो एडजस्टमेंट ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं है वो आप सेलेक्ट करना है. Then I am going to 12th question, RRB receipts. RRB receipts, A, abstract X, B, major head 1001 miscellaneous receipts, C, abstract Y, D, abstract Z. RRB receipts किस में जाएगा? 13th question, which suspense head is operated to effect intra-railway transfer transactions? रेलवे के अंदर, जोनल रेलवे के अंदर. A, transfer divisional, B, transfer railways, C, remittances, D, PAO suspense. Next, I am going to question number 14. Which head is operated to effect the inter-railway transfer transactions? एक जोनल रेलवे से दूसरे जोनल रेलवे को कौन सा हेड ऑपरेट करते हैं? A, ट्रांसफर डिविजनल, B, ट्रांसफर रेलवेज, C, remittances, D, रिजर्व बैंक सस्पेंस. Next, we'll go to 15th question. Remittance transaction, find odd one. Odd one माने तो आपका जो remittance transaction नहीं है वो मार्क करना है. A, transfer railways, B, checks and bills, C, RBD, Reserve Bank deposit, D, RIB. इसमें जो remittance transaction नहीं है वो आप आंसर लिखना है. So I'll go to question number 16. For accounting the salary payment payable in the month of March, but actually paid in the month of April next year, which suspense head is operated? कौन सा suspense head operate करते हैं हम लोग? A, traffic account, B, demands payable, C, demands recoverable, D, none of these. For accounting the salary payment made in the month of payable in the month of March, but paid in the month of April next year, which suspense head is operated? A, traffic account, B, demands payable, C, demands recoverable, D, none of these. Question number 17. Set of books where financial transactions are recorded on railways are called, set of books where financial transactions are recorded on railways are called A, general books, B, general and subsidiary books, C, suspense registers, D, subsidiary books. I am moving to 18th question. General books. choose the correct answer. One, ledger. Two, register of works. Three, provident fund. Four, general cash book. इसका आंसर सही ये 1 and 2, B 3 and 4, C 2 and 3, D 1 and 4. जो जनरल बुक्स है वो सेलेक्ट करके आप समाधान लिखना है. सो ये कॉम्बिनेशंस में कौन सा कॉम्बिनेशन ए बी सी डी में कौन सा कॉम्बिनेशन सही है वो आप मार्क करना है. Next, I am moving to question number 19. Subsidiary books, find odd one. A, revenue allocation register. B, works register. C, journal. D, suspense register. जो subsidiary register नहीं है वो आप correct answer लिखना है. Now I am moving to question number 20. Ledger. Choose the incorrect statement. वो जो correct statement नहीं है वो statement एक होगा या दो होगा. आप थोड़ा पढ़ के वो लिखना है. Number 1. To end of month, progressive balances of receipts and payments are recorded. 2. It is maintained in 3 parts. That means ledger. Ledger is maintained in 3 parts. 3. No cash transactions are recorded. 4. It is posted only at the end of the financial year. 1. To end of the month, progressive balances of receipts and payments are recorded in the ledger. 2. It is maintained in 3 parts. 3. No cash transactions are recorded. 4. It is posted only at the end of the financial year. इसमें आंसर्स ये 1 and 2, B 3 and 4, C 1 and 3, D 1 and 4. So आप जो सही मानते हैं ये इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट लेजर के बारे में जो इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट है वो आप चुन के आंसर लिख दीजिएगा. So I am moving to question number 21. The object of expenditure is called as A, minor head, B, major head, C, subhead, D, primary unit. I am going to question number 22. Sub-major head in ordinary working expenses for traffic department. Sub-major head in ordinary working expenses for traffic department. A 01, B 04, C 06, D 07. I am moving to question number 23. Operating ratio is a ratio of A, OWE by originating earnings, ordinary working expenses by originating earnings. B, TWE by apportioned earnings, total working expenses by apportioned earnings. C, OWE by apportioned earnings. D, TWE by originating earnings. So question number 24. An example for cash-based accounting system in railways. A, bills recoverable. B, demands recoverable. C, demands payable. D, labor. An example for cash-based accounting system in railways. A, bills recoverable. B, demands recoverable. C, demands payable. D, labor. Now I am moving to 25th question. Arranging payment, put in proper sequence. A payment arrange करने में stages है, वो put them in proper sequence. 1, checks. 2, abstract of bills. 3 register of bills and internal check. Chaota Equitances certificate. So proper order क्या है? A 1, 2, 3 and 4, B 3, 2, 4 and 1, C 3, 2, 1 and 2, D 3, 2, 1 and 4. So कौन सा order is proper one? So you have to choose and correct answer आप mark करके रख दीजिएगा. So now we'll be moving to 26th question. Special repairs due to breaches, accidents, etc. are booked to which minor head of abstract 4B? Special repairs due to breaches, accidents, etc. are booked to which minor head of abstract 4B? A 500, B 600, C 700, D 800. I am moving to 27th question. CRRM, credits or recoveries under abstracts 04B2 13L is allocated to which minor head? CRRMs, that is credits or recoveries under abstracts 04B2 13L are allocated to which minor head? CRRM is allocated to which minor head? A 800, B 900, C 100, D 200. Next question 28. Choose correct ones. RBS, Reserve Bank suspense balances should be cleared at the end of the financial year by transferring to 1. Credit to demands payable, 2. Debit to traffic account, 3. Credit to deposit miscellaneous, 4. Debit to miscellaneous advance. इसमें सही क्या है? Options A 1 and 2, B 3 and 4, C 2 and 3, D 1 and 4. $28 क्वेश्चन का आंसर आप लिखे होगा और I am moving to question number 29. Certificates by accounts officer in DHR. DHR माने debt head report. Certain certificates are to be given. So certificates given by accounts officer in debt head report. उसमें जो नहीं है आप चुनना होगा. Find odd one. A I small savings, B F loans and advances, C L suspense and miscellaneous, D M remittances. Certificates by accounts officer in DHR. Find odd one. So जो नहीं है आप select करके आंसर लिख के रख दीजिएगा. 30. Which of the following is not a linked suspense head? Which of the following is not a linked suspense head? A demands payable, B miscellaneous advance, C traffic account, D labor. Dear participants, we have almost come to half of the session. Hope I am not, I think I am maintaining that particular tempo.
Please repeat again 30 questions, sir, because those who are not understand, they will.
Okay.
Just show the slides, sir. They can.
Okay. Now, again, going back, it may be 10 minutes. So first, let me complete this, and again, we'll go back again after 30.
Give 2 minutes time for each slide.
Okay.
Any missing is that they will.
Okay. Previous. One sec. What I'll do is, okay, I'll end show, and then yeah. So I'll give 2 minutes time. अगर कुछ छूट गए तो आप फिर दोबारा देख सकते हैं. Now, is it visible? No.
Yes, sir. Please put
Okay.
in presentation mode, sir.
Okay. Now I'll give this way because I may skip. So I'll let them see this way.
Someone messaged it is a 25 again. Okay, please wait.
Once again, I will come to that. Yeah. So 1 to 5, I'm going to next slide. Okay, I'm going to next slide, 15, 11 to 15. I'm going to next slide, 16 to 20. Next slide, 21 to 25. Arranging payment, put in proper sequence. 1. Checks. 2. Abstract of bills. 3. Register of bills and internal check. चौथा एक्विटेंस सर्टिफिकेट. ऑर्डर क्या होता है? सही ऑर्डर A, B, C, D 4 ऑप्शंस दिए, सही ऑप्शन आप चुनना होगा. नेक्स्ट 26 to 30.
Participants, any specific question, please message me in the chat box so that we will show the question again.
Okay, so participants, now we will move to next set, that is from 30th question to, sorry, 31st question to 60 questions.
Sir, someone asked 11th question.
11, okay.
Just to show back button, sir.
No, back it is taking one by one because I kept that way.
Okay.
11th question.
Yes.
Of the following, which is not an adjustment transaction? जो adjustment transaction नहीं है, वो आंसर करना है. Okay. So now we have completed 30 questions. Again, with at the same speed, we will going for the remaining portion. So 31st question. Plan heads, find the odd one. Plan heads, find the odd one. A 1200, B 1300, C 3500, D 3700. I am going to question number 32. Safety fund is the source of finance for the following plan head or plan heads. Safety fund. A 2900 and 3000, B 3500 and 3600, C 4100 and 4200, D 6400 and 6500. I am moving to question number 33. Interest component of lease charges are booked to which abstract? Interest component of lease charges are booked to which abstract? A 09G, B 10H, C 2200, D 2100. I am moving to question number 34. Inventory plan heads. Find odd one. A, 7100. B, manufacturing suspense. C, miscellaneous advance. D, 8100. इन्वेंटरी प्लान हेड्स फाइंड ऑड वन. जो इन्वेंटरी प्लान नहीं है वो आप चुनना होगा. ए 7100, बी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सस्पेंस, सी मिसलेनियस एडवांस कैपिटल, डी 8100. I am moving to 35th question. All preliminary expenses including survey expenditure are initially booked to major head. So which major head? A 1001, B 3001, C 5002, D 5003. To which major head these preliminary expenses are booked, including survey expenditure? Up. So I am moving to next slide. 36. Rectification of mistakes. Find incorrect statement होगा. Yeah, find the correct statement. A, noted for future action. B, no action is needed to be taken as they are recommendatory in nature. C, rectified in the accounts on hand. D, sent to executive departments. Rectification of mistakes of audit and accounts. So what is the correct statement? Noted for A, noted for future action. B, no action is needed as they are recommendatory in nature. C, rectified in the accounts on hand. D, sent to executive departments. I'm going to 37 question. In the accepting unit within the zone, the TC debit should be adjusted by dash to transfer divisional. कैसा एक्सेप्ट करते हैं? A, credit, B, minus debit, C, minus credit, D, debit. I'm moving to 38. Rectification of a wrong credit to final head is done by preparing a JV with A, debit, B, credit, C, minus debit, D, minus credit. Rectification of a wrong credit to final head is done by preparing a JV with A, debit, B, credit, C, minus debit, D, minus credit. I am moving to question number 39. Cost of electrical energy for traction and non-traction shall be booked to which PU, which primary unit? A, 30, B, 30 and 31, C, 32 and 22, D, 32. Now I am moving to question number 40. Inter-railway adjustment of POH charges of labor and material are booked to which PUs in the accepting railway? Inter-railway adjustment of POH charges of labor and material are booked to which PUs in the accepting railway? A, 98 and 99, B, 63 and 64, C, 50, 51, D, 34, 35. Now I am moving to next slide. 41. Charge funds. Which of the following are or is created out of revenue under measure head 3002? 3002 के अंदर revenue से कौन सा फंड्स क्रिएट होगा जो हमें कॉल करते हैं चार्ज फंड्स? वो क्या है? 1, DRF, 2. DF, 3. Capital fund, 4. Pension fund. Options: A. 1 and 2, B. 3 and 4, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, D. 1 and 4. जो चार्ज फंड्स है वो आप चुन के करेक्ट आंसर लिखना है. Now 42nd, traffic cash check sheet is maintained in which form? Traffic cash check sheet is maintained in which form? A 1943, B 1943A, C A 1917, D 1946A. Now I am moving to next question 43. Transfer of RE project expenditure to the zonal railway is done by core through A. Completion report, B. Completion estimate, C. JV, D. TWFA. TWFA, transfer without financial adjustment. JV, you know, journal voucher. I am moving to question number 44. Which of the following is not an internal source of financing? जो internal source of financing नहीं है, internal source नहीं है. A. EBR institutional financing, B. DRF, C. DF, D. Capital fund. Moving to 45th question. Total earnings plus traffic suspense gives the result of A. Non-fare revenue, B. Gross traffic receipts, C. Miscellaneous receipt, D. Unrealized earnings. So I'm moving to next slide. Percentage of working expenses to gross earnings. Percentage of working expenses to gross earnings is known as A. Operating profit, B. Net revenue, C. Operating ratio, D. Operating surplus. I am moving to question number 47. Which of the following is not on the asset side of the railway balance sheet? Which of the following is not on the asset side of the railway balance sheet? A. Loan capital, B. Funds, reserve funds and deposits with central government, C. Block assets and current assets, D. Cash in hand. I am moving to question number 48. Which of the following is not a current asset? Which of the following is not a current asset? A. Outstanding traffic earnings, B. Demands recoverable, C. Demands payable, D. Sundry debtors. I am moving to question number 49. Balances, if any, under debt and remittance heads, except balance under transfer railway, are closed to, that is, balances under debt and remittance heads are closed to A. Miscellaneous government account, B. Balance, C. Net revenue, D. Capital outlay. Balances if under debt and remittance heads barring transfer railway are closer to A. Miscellaneous government account, B. Balance, C. Net revenue, D. Capital outlay. Dear participants, I am moving to question number 50. Which of the following suspense heads have a credit balance? Suspense head or heads have a credit balance. 1. Demands payable. 2. Traffic accounts. 3. Stores in stock. 4. Deposit miscellaneous. So options are A. 3 and 4. B. 2 and 4. C. 2 and 3. D. 1 and 4. So I am moving to next slide. Question number 51. Funds. Which of the following are created out of surplus under measure head 3006? ये funds के बारे में which of the following funds are created out of surplus under measure head 3006? वो क्या क्या है? Options are 1. DRF, 2. DF, 3. CF, 4. DSF. DRF, Depreciation Reserve Fund. 2. Development Fund. 3. Capital Fund. 4. Debt Servicing Fund. So, जो surplus से create होते हैं, here are your options. A. 1 and 2. B. 3 and 4. C. 2, 3, 4. D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I am moving to question number 52. Demands payable is budgeted under which measure head? Demands payable is budgeted under which measure head? A. 5002. B. 3002. C. 1001. D. None of these. Next, question number 53. Which of the following is not an inventory suspense account? Which of the following is not an inventory suspense account? A. Reserve Bank suspense. B. Stores in transit, SINT. Workshop manufacturing suspense, C. WMS. D. Stock adjustment account, D. I am moving to question number 54. Annual accounts. Find odd one. माने जो annual accounts पे नहीं है वो आप चुनना है. A. DHR, debt head report. B. Annual financial statement. C. Finance accounts. D. Appropriation accounts. Participants, I am moving to question number 55. Measure head for miscellaneous receipt. Options are A. 3001. B. 3002. C. 1001. D. 5002. Dear participants, now almost we have come to end of this questions. So next slide is 56. J. Reserve fund transactions are flown into which part of government accounts? J. Reserve fund transactions are flown into which part of government accounts? Your options are A. Public account. B. Contingency fund. D. Consolidated fund. D. None of these. I am moving to question number 57. Divisions in the Consolidated Fund of India are divisions in the Consolidated Fund of India are A. Capital and revenue, B. Capital, revenue and remittance, C. Debt and deposit and remittance, D. Capital, revenue and debt. I am moving to question number 58. Abstract for booking repairs and maintenance of P, way and works is answers A 03, B 04, C 05, D 06. Dear participants, last but one question. Primary unit for booking the contractual payments in revenue expenditure. A 03, B 27, C 28, D 32. Now we have come to end of the question, last question. Plan head, minor head for track renewal works in works expenditure is A 1100, B 1600, C 3100, D 3500. So thank you very much.
Sir, 26 and 27.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So I will again repeat.
Because some questions require this 1 and 2, 2 and 3. They need,
So they may require some more time. Yeah, sure. Yeah. This is from 31 to 35. Okay, I am moving to next slide, 36 to 40. Next
26
slide.
and 27, sir.
26
and 27.
Okay, piche.
Okay, let me repeat all these. Okay, sir.
Let us complete this.
Okay, sir.
36 to 40, it is over. Now 41 to 45.
Especially these questions, this 41 question, they need
to. They require some time.
Sure. Multiple some work.
Yeah. Some time is required.
I get 42 questions, they need not require much time. 42.
Moving to next slide, 46 to 50. Next slide, 51 to 55. Next slide, 56 to 60. Now, Nastagar, which question?
Yeah, 26, 27, 40.
Yeah, 26, 27.
But 03B is a different one. It's credits and recoveries.
Yeah. This is special repair.
Hmm.
26, 27, and 40.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in chart box, they typed another 3 questions, 7, 10, 49.
Okay, 7, 10, 49. Okay.
41. Next slide, 41.
41.
Please check. Charge funds.
41 and 49 also. Someone asked.
Yes.
Then 6 and 7.
Sir, 7, 10.
Okay.
7, 10.
7.
Participants, any more question numbers you could please ask, please message. Can I unmute all the participants, sir?
One sec.
Okay, okay.
So this is over.
Almost
Over. 6, 7, it is okay. Some 11 also it is there. Okay. So now I'll go to
now it's time for answers.
yeah. So now you can unmute also. No issue.
Okay, sir, I will unmute. Yeah, all are unmuted, sir.
Okay. Participants, now we will move on to answers. And what I request all of you is that whatever answers so far you have written for all the 60, now you compare with the answers what I give. Okay. Then in the end you can total and how many marks you got. Say each one say how many correct answers, not marks. I won't say marks. Total how many out of 60, how many you have answered correctly. So that you keep with you. I will ask. I will put certain limit, and above that how many people have answered. Like that we will see. Okay. Not individually. We don't require those things. Individually, you can say raise your hand. Say above all 60 who answered, correctly answered. So raise hands. Or above 50, how many correctly answered? So raise hands. So thank you. So now we are moving to answers. So this is the experience which we gain. So don't feel shy or don't think that this is the parameter. Don't get disheartened. Only to know where we stand. So that is the most important. Okay, please keep that spirit in your mind and then evaluate your questions. Initial record for cash transaction, yeah, it is always cash bill.
Sir, first show all the answers, no, sir.
Yeah, on no, this is at one go.
Then
It
they
will
can
go.
evaluate how many
Yeah.
are right or how many are
No,
wrong.
no, that also in the end also will give, but here itself they can tick how many. Yeah, and then in the end again I will show that slide also.
Okay.
So A is cash and bill voucher. A, this B 1106 is AU6, cash book you know, and CO7 is abstract of bills. Then sub-register of accounts, it is not a general book. So all others are general book. So odd one. And register of earnings, works register and suspense register, these are all subsidiary books. And odd one, general abstract cash book, because general abstract cash book is a general book. Then balances in deposit unpaid wise, it will go to staff benefit fund. And fifth one is deposit. If you want to clear to abstract that, you require personal approval of PFA. So these are the answers for first slide, first 5. Then sixth, correct statement is totals in the monthly abstract cash book are added up to the journal, and then that is total is posted in the ledger. So that is the right answer. All other are wrong answers. Then object of maintaining the revenue allocation register is to keep the heads of the departments or divisions informed of the progress of the revenue expenditure vis-a-vis spending limits. Eighth one is tool, not a tool for controlling the revenue expenditure. All others are tools for controlling the revenue expenditure, spending limit, proportionate budget allotment, watching the progress through RAR. These are the limits. So watching the progress of expenditure through works register, it is not a tool for controlling the revenue expenditure. Yes, it is a tool for controlling the capital nature of expenditure. Okay. Next, cash transaction comprises of all of these. Yes, all of these are cash transactions. 10, pertaining to the transaction pertaining to book adjustments or inter or intra-railway transactions. And all other are PO transaction, AG transaction. These are salary payments. Some are related to cash and some are related to remittance transactions. So book adjustment is intra or inter-railway transactions. Next, not an adjustment transaction. So all others are adjustment transactions except B, contract payment to State Electricity Board, that we will pay in cash. RRB receipt. RRB receipt is a miscellaneous receipt. So it will go to miscellaneous receipt head, that is major head 1001. Whereas other railway receipts, 1002 is for commercial lines, major head, 1003 is a major head for strategic lines. Okay, and all other abstract X, abstract Y, abstract Z, we knew that these are traffic earnings. Which suspense head is operated to affect the intra-railway transfer divisional. 14th one, transfer railways. Remittance transactions, odd one, transfer railway. Kyunki, checks and bills, RBD, Reserve Bank deposit, RIB, all the three are remittance transaction heads. Whereas transfer railway is a transfer transaction head in that to inter-railway. Okay. Next. So as a link between a government account and a commercial account, because the actual amount that was spent during the year only has to be given. So therefore, which is not paid during the year, it has to be incurred. So that amount we will be keeping separately under demands payable. So we will be crediting to demands payable that amount. So that is why demands payable always will have a credit balance, and it is budgeted. Then financial set of books where financial transactions are called general books, general and subsidiary books. That is the right answer. Then general books, choose the करेक्ट आंसर। इसमें से जो करेक्ट आंसर है, जनरल बुक्स लेजर जनरल करेक्ट आंसर है, और जनरल कैश बुक करेक्ट आंसर है। So 1 and 4. So D is correct answer. Even here also, yeah, 1 and 4. Yeah, right. Then subsidiary books. Find the odd one. Subsidiary books में जो नहीं है, general is not a subsidiary book. It is a general book. So therefore, C is the right answer. Then ledger. Choose the incorrect statement. Correct statement है, incorrect statement होना. So that is to end of the month. So incorrect statement है, to end of the month, progressive balances of receipts and payments are recorded. That is correct है. It is maintained in 3 parts. This is also right. No cash transaction is recorded. This is wrong है. Or it is posted only at the end of the financial year. This is also wrong है. So 3 and 4 are incorrect. So therefore B is the correct answer. So let us move to next slide. The object of expenditure, this you knew, that is, it is a primary unit. And ordinary workings of traffic department, sub-measure head is 07. If I ask abstract, you have to write 09. Operating ratio is the ratio of total working expense by apportioned earnings. This is B. Example for cash-based accounting system is bills recoverable. जो बिल हमें बनाते हैं and वो बिल कलेक्ट करने के टाइम पे we will be entering that amount as cash received. So, but all other heads, that is demands recoverable, demands payable, and labor, these are accrual on accrual basis, an accrual accounting basis we will be operating them. Okay, on commercial principles. Arranging payment, put in a proper sequence. We all knew that first we will register in the bills and then we will do internal check. बाद में abstract of bills बनाते हैं and checks will be drawn and then equitances certificate will be issued to the cash office. So that is D. 3. D is correct answer. 3, 2, 1 and 4. D is the right answer for 25th. Now let us go to 26th. Special repairs due to breaches, accidents are booked to which minor head of 4B? It is C700, because special repairs, whenever breaches take place, to put that line on through traffic, ready for through traffic, when we make, then that temporary expenditure by keeping them under, informing to the board through urgency certificate, we will be booking that expenditure to special repairs. But if you take up permanent measures, then that will go to plan head expenditure. But temporarily, to make that line through for our traffic, then that expenditure we call it as special repairs, and it will be taken up through urgency certificate, and that expenditure will be booked to C, that is plan head 700 under abstract 4B. Then CRRM, if you look at the F2, all from 4B to, because 3 in abstract 3 also there will be CRRM, but on different minor heads are there. So that is why I didn't give that question. So here 4B to 13L, if you look at the F2 and C and all the credits, CRRM credits, it will be under this minor head, that is B900. That is the answer. B, option B is the right answer. That is under 900, 910, 920, like that it will be, but CRRM will be 900, under 900. Okay, minor head is 900. 910, different, 920. Yeah, so 900. Then 28. RBS balance should be cleared. This is most important. Even audit people also, they will be waiting for this, whether we clear this RBS, Reserve Bank suspense balance, by transferring, suppose the debit is available, debit to be transferred somewhere, and the credit also to be cleared. So how this will be cleared. So the credit to deposit miscellaneous, suppose credit high, credit will be moving to deposit miscellaneous, and debit high, debit will be moving to miscellaneous advance. So that option B is right answer. Aisa kare to, then RBS at the end of the year will be nil. Because suppose certain vouchers we have to receive, we are not received, but because it was given in the code book that RBS balance should be cleared at the end of the financial year. That means even though voucher is not there, it is not that intention. We should book to the final head. No. So till vouchers are received, you have to place somewhere. So that somewhere is you keep that under say deposit miscellaneous, or if it is a debit, and transfer it to miscellaneous advance. So that is how the RBS balance should be cleared. Suppose when vouchers are received, then where you kept, then you minus it and then adjust it. So that is how this RBS balances have to be operated. Then certificate given in the DHR, find odd one. Actually, 4 or 5 certificates in debt report our accounts officer will give. One certificate also will be given by audit officer. So what here the question is, what are the certificates given by accounts officer? You should know. Then only you can answer. Now, I small savings definitely will give one certificate. What are the certificate you will be giving? I small savings, it is Provident Fund related. So we have issued the Provident, we have reconciled, number 1. Number 2, the statement has been given to the PF subscriber. That certificate we have to give. Then F loans and advances. For all our civil grants, whatever we give. So there also we have shown this balance to the individual member who has taken the loan, and what is the balance that is available. So that certificate the accounts officer has to give. Then M remittances, how much amount is not yet to be, clearance memo is awaited from RBI. That we have to show, and one certificate we have to give, that is for M remittances. But surprisingly, no certificate is given by accounts officer for L suspense and miscellaneous. Under L suspense and miscellaneous, what are all the heads? That is our checks and bills, RIB, and RBS and RBD. So for them, no certificate is required. Will not give. So L suspense and miscellaneous is the correct answer. Then 30th question. Not a link suspense head, of course. This is very easy. So all others are link suspense heads, whereas miscellaneous advance is not a link suspense head. Then plan heads, find odd one. So 1200, 1300, 3500, they are already there, and 3700 it was invoked and now it is not. So therefore, this is not a plan head now. So therefore, this is odd one, 3700. So 3700 was now again merged with 3600. That is other electrical works. 3500, you knew that it is for RE. So so this is how we have to go through. All the questions we have taken as a sample only. So each against on the back of each question, it is a ocean. So to remember them, very, very important. Then safety fund is the source of finance for the following plan heads. So council plan head 2900, that is railway safety works, ROB, RUB, and level crossings, and ROB and RUB. 35 RE, 36 other electrical works, 41 M&P, 42 workshop, 64 other works, other special works, and then 65 I think TRD, HRD works, training institutes. So this is how you have to remember. So this what I have given is only tip. Then interest component of the lease charges. So abstract, of course, this is very clear. When I said abstract, you can forget about 2200 and 2100. 2100 is rolling stock, and 2200 is lease charges, capital component. But here only interest component we have asked, and that to abstract. So either 10H or 9G. So we knew that it is 9G. So into inventory plan heads, odd one. So inventory plan head, stores 7100, manufacturing suspense 7200, miscellaneous 7300, and 8100 is MTP. So therefore this is not an inventory plan head. Then all preliminary expenses, including survey expenditure, are initially booked to measure head 3001 miscellaneous expenditure. Then once this is a miscellaneous expenditure, when work is taken up, then when that expenditure is, say for example, it is now an abstract estimate will be prepared, and then when it is intended to be taken up that particular work, and all this preliminary expenditure which was booked under 3001, it will be moved to 5002 if it is a commercial line. If it is a strategic line, it will be moved to 5003. So that is the answer. Rectification of works rectified in the accounts on hand. This is the right answer. Then, so a TC debit. So therefore, and this is within the zone. So therefore, minus debit. So B is the right answer. Then rectification of a wrong credit. So wrong credit. So when you are rectifying, then again minus credit only you have to give. You should not write debit. So all rectifications or all withdrawals, you should operate minus debit and minus credit. Then cost of electrical energy for traction and non-traction, PU30. This is the new one which was created. So previously we used to book under 32. Now it is 30. And 31 is for other than traction purpose, for fuel, other than traction, other than for traction purpose, if fuel is given, for that 31 will be operating. Actually, say for example, HSD oil. HSD oil, if you use, then 27 you will be operating. But same HSD oil, suppose you give to, not for traction purpose, but you are giving to track machine organization. Then in that case, you will be operating primary unit 3100, 31, PU 31, because for other than traction purpose, fuel we are giving. So that is why 31. And 32 you knew, 32 is contractual payment. 22 is electricity under utilities used to be there. So this utilities electricity that was removed, and that was for traction and non-traction, it shall be booked to PU 30 only. Then inter-railway adjustment of POH charges, labor and material, labor 63 and material 64. Suppose the same is with reference to the intra-railway. So within the railway, POH charges, if you are transferring, then you will be booking to PU 34 and 35. Labor 34 and 35 is material. So 98 is credits and 99 is other expenditure. 50 is laptop and 51 is consumables for laptop. So that means you should have all these F2 accounts code primarily, and finance code to some extent. Suppose if you take up budget, then we'll see that also. So this is how you have to, most of the things, accounts code, F2 and finance code. These will help you a lot. Then charge funds, we knew that, that means from revenue, when we create, then these are called charge funds, charge on revenue. So they are DRF and pension fund. So correct answer is D, 1 and 4. Then traffic check sheet is maintained in form. So form, always I used to tell, form means first the code alpha will come. So A 1943 is accounts code, 19th chapter, 43 43 para पे ये traffic check sheet का number है. So that is in that form it should be maintained. So this is para number. So not correct. A 1917 it is a cash book. Cash book receipts. A 1946 A it is a para. So it is not a form. So correct answer is A 1943. Then transfer of RE project expenditure to contiguous zonal railway, it will be done by core through TWFA. So transfer without financial adjustment, and the core has to take the approval from the zonal railway, and then they have to advise the railway board, and railway board will approve, and then the TWFA will happen. That means no JV transaction will be there. The ledger balances will be lessened at one place and added at the given subheads. We will be adding that expenditure as per the completion report. The core organization, whatever it gives those figures, that will be giving. So why we do this TWFA? To avoid again for any transfer if it is making, then again we have to ask funds. And asking funds means again we have to seek budget, and that budget it was already taken by core organization. So therefore, and taking for the same expenditure, because it is getting transferred, we should have the budget. So to avoid that concept, the TWFA has been introduced. So that is why TWFA will be done in such cases. Then which of the following is internal source? Of course, you are new that all other three are internal sources, but one is charge source and the other two are created from surplus. Okay, EBR is not a internal source. Total earnings plus traffic suspense. जो भी traffic suspense पे है, जो भी आप clear करेगा. So that 50 crores or 100 crores, whatever you add, and for total earnings, if you add traffic suspense, it will give gross traffic receipts. This is the figure which we will be giving in the account current on receipt side. Then, of course, this percentage, it is operating ratio. Then which of the following is not on the assets of the balance sheet? Of course, by looking at the answer questions, the options itself, immediately you will come to know that this is the asset side. So asset side means debit. So here it is loan capital. It will be having a credit balance. So therefore loan capital is wrong. So this is the right answer. Then which is not a current asset. Current asset traffic outstanding is a outstanding traffic earnings. So there is traffic suspense mein jo bhi hai, that is current asset. Demands recoverable is a current asset, and sundry debtor is a current asset in the balance sheet. But demands payable is not a current asset. It is expenditure side. Okay. Then and moreover, demands payable will be having a credit balance. So whenever it is a credit balance, it cannot appear on the asset side. It may have to appear on the liability side. So please remember that. Then balances, if any, under the debt and remittance. This is the most important. So in the public account on debt and remittance heads, they have to be carried forward from 1 year to another year to see the realizations. So therefore, debt and remittance transactions always will be closer to balance, except the balance on transfer railway. So what is to be done if any amount is there on the transfer railway in a zonal railway? That will, in a zonal railway, it will be closer to miscellaneous government, and at railway board level, it will be closer to balance. So that is why. So always when balances carried forward from year to year will be in the public account. Whereas the amounts on except F loans and advances, the balances under Consolidated Fund of India, they are not carried forward. Only F loans and advances, because these are the loans given to the employees, they will be carried forward. Similarly, debt and remittance heads, whatever we operate in public account, they will be carried forward. Next, which of the following suspense heads have a credit balance? Credit balance, we knew demands payable is a credit balance, and deposit miscellaneous will be having a debit balance, credit balance. We knew that traffic account and stores in stock, they are having debit balances. So D, 1 and 4 is right answer. Now, dear participants, will be moving to next one. So hope you are marking your answers. Then, which are created from surplus under major head 3006. So I think I have told. So DF and CF only I have given there. Now DSF, that is debt servicing fund, also will be there, created out of surplus. So C is the right answer. We knew that DRF is a charge fund. It is not created under major head 3006. It is created under major head 3002. Okay. Demands payable is budgeted under which major head? Yes, demands payable, because it is in expenditure side. So B, 3002 is the right answer. So inventory suspense head. Inventory, these are all inventory suspense heads. So RBS, Reserve Bank suspense, is not inventory suspense head. So it is clear. Then annual accounts jo nahi hai. So DHR is a annual account. Finance account is a annual account. Capital and revenue account is a revenue account. Appropriation accounts is a revenue account. And list of voted and charged expenditure is an annual account. But annual financial statement is not a annual account. So it is nothing but budget. So B is correct answer. Then major head for miscellaneous receipt. Yes, already we dealt. So it is 1001. Major head 1001. So miscellaneous receipt 1001. Traffic receipts, strategic commercial lines 1002. And similarly, strategic lines, traffic receipts 1003, 1001, 1002, 1003. That is how you have to remember. Similarly, on expenditure side, 3001 miscellaneous expenditure, 3002 commercial lines expenditure, 3003 strategic lines expenditure. And commercial lines works expenditure 5002, strategic lines 5003. So this is how you have to remember. Now, last. So reserve funds, yeah, part of public account, because I, J, K, L, M, cash balance N, all these will be there under public account. Public account, whatever heads we operate, they will be, the funds will be carried from one year to year, and they will be closer to balance. So sometime they may ask, out of the three funds, which one will be having carried forward? The balances will be carried forward. The debt and remittance heads, which are there on the public account, they will be carried forward. And the F loans and advances under Consolidated Fund of India, they will be carried forward. Okay. Divisions in the Consolidated Fund. There are 3 divisions in the Consolidated Fund of India and 2 divisions in the public account. So capital, revenue, and debt. These are the 3 divisions which we will be having. And C, debt and deposit and remittances. These are the 2 divisions which we have under public account. Okay. Then abstract for booking of repairs and maintenance PA 04. This is straight answer. Contract payment 32, straight answer. Plan head for track renewal, it is 3100. So with this, the main part of our program is complete, and then I want to discuss, because this is being the last session, I want to discuss about the RBA given very recently. We will quickly go through what is to be done and what is where we should or how we should prepare ourselves that definitely we will be doing that. So what is that available in the RBA 71, I think. So 1512, whatever they have given, let us see. So this is the summary of our answers. So this I'll be leaving because we have discussed. Yeah, before we discuss this 15, 12, 21 RBA 71 by 21. Now participants, hope you have added, or let me give some more time for adding up your total questions which were correct. Should I give some more time? Naishra Garu, should I give
yes,
some?
sir.
Okay.
Just
So now, now I will
5
take.
minutes, sir.
Yeah.
Now,
Now what I will do is the takeaways of RBA 71 by 21. I will briefly tell. This is the objective examination pattern is changed, and they wanted to introduce objective type questions. This was mentioned, and another important one is to merge the streams of section officer, TIA and ISA. Previously, we used to hold separate examinations with some 20 or 30 papers. They have to be set. So with all that was not there. Now only one stream only will be there. So that too, this will be given with a prospective effect. So allowing the supervisors to work in all the three streams to acquire knowledge and experience of the accounts department as a whole. Previously, that segmentation will be there. So that segmentation is not there. So now everyone will be a master in our accounts department. So that is the intention, and therefore examination pattern is changed. So the examination will be broadly like this. Appendix 3 examination will continue to be held by Railway Board, and all papers will be without books. Previously, we used to have one paper with books and another paper without books. So now everything is without books, and previously we used to write. Now it is computer-based test, CBTs. Then the merged Appendix 3 IRIM examination will have 3 objective type questions. So this is which now I have prepared as a sample from taking each one question from our accounts code related to books, accounts code, finance code volume 2, and finance code sum. So that means the objective type questions, the basis will be our code books. So code books, Railway Board instructions, these we have to be thorough. Otherwise, we will not be in a position to answer. So merged we have 3 objective question papers of 100 MCQs each. So 100, 100, 100. So total 300 you have to face. So 100 questions, that is 2 hours. That is 120 minutes में आप 100 questions आप attempt करना है. 120 questions. That means almost the speed at which we practiced. You maintain that, so that you will go through all the 100 questions and you will be in a position to attempt them. And इसके अलावा एक subjective question paper भी है with multiple sections. ज़्यादा sections है उसमें, a subjective question paper में, and that will be for 3 hours. Okay. Next, combined marks of the objective and subjective paper will determine the position of the candidate. जिसको ज़्यादा दोनों मिला के जिसको ज़्यादा मार्क्स आएगा वो ऊपर रहेगा पैनल में, और जो कम आया वो उन्हें नीचे रहेगा. Then subjective paper will be conducted through online mode only. So this subjective paper also, it will be conducted through online mode. That means physically that will not be done, and you may have to write at some paper and then upload those papers, and these modalities will be worked out and it will be intimated later on. So online mode पे ही होगा. Then there will be no cap on the maximum number. अभी तो maximum number का कुछ FNCO का अप्रूवल लेना, कुछ GM के अप्रूवल लेना, तो वैसा है। अभी नो कैप है, आप जितना दफा आप लिखने का इच्छा है, so many times you can write. So this is about examination pattern. And बाद में evaluation करने में क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम क्या है. So वे silent feature take away है. एक तो to pass examination, candidate will have to pass the objective and subjective papers individually. Objective paper भी पास होना और subjective paper भी पास होना, और will have to secure minimum marks in aggregate of objective papers and also pass the examination. So ये sentence का मतलब क्या है वो नीचे दिया है. वो क्या है बोले तो the pass marks for each of the objective question paper will be 40% with the instructions of the relaxed standard for reserved candidates. So let us leave that. But so you have to get, suppose 100 questions hai, so you have to get correct marks, correct 40 marks you should get. Suppose 100 marks hai, 100 MCQs hai, 100 marks hai, so you should get, suppose each question have 1 mark, so 40 marks you should get. So 40 marks in MCQ1, MCQ2 40 marks, MCQ3 40 marks you should get. Not only that, the aggregate marks for all the 3 subjective papers should be 45. So that means if you get 40, that means you are not passed. So for, above more than 40, that is the pass mark is 40, but somewhere in of the 3 objective type question papers, you should get something little extra also to make up aggregate 45%. 45% mane to, so you have to target about 50%. 50% questions you have to attempt. Then only the aggregate, कहीं एक ऑब्जेक्टिव पेपर में कम हो गया और दूसरा ऑब्जेक्टिव पेपर में कुछ ज्यादा आए तो परवाह नहीं, मगर कम माने तो 40% के कम नहीं आना चाहिए, 40% के कम आए तो फेल. So this is one important point which you have to remember. Then अगर exemption होना है, so you should get 60%. Subsequent attempts करने का जरूरत नहीं है अगर exemption आए तो. Exemption will stay for 5 years, 5 साल. नहीं, ये साल में अगर एग्जाम रहा 5 साल तक एग्जाम्शन आए तो बेपरवाह है. सो बाद में और एक दफा पेपर लेना है. पास मार्क्स फॉर सब्जेक्टिव पेपर विल बी 40%. सो ऑब्जेक्टिव में भी 40%, सब्जेक्टिव में भी 40% होना चाहिए विद. ओके, नेक्स्ट मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज नेगेटिव मार्किंग है. सो द नेगेटिव मार्किंग इज 0.25 फॉर ईच ऑफ द रॉन्ग आंसर. सो अगर चार आंसर गलती लिखा है तो आपको 1 मार्क कट करेगा. देन सब्जेक्टिव पेपर विल बी करेक्टेड ओनली इन द इवेंट ऑफ फुलफिलिंग द बोथ द कंडीशंस ऑफ 1 and 2 applicable. तो सब्जेक्टिव पेपर आप ले सकते हैं, मगर ये 40% इंडिविजुअली एंड 45% एग्रीगेट आने के बाद सब्जेक्टिव पेपर इवैल्यूएट करेगा, नहीं तो इवैल्यूएट नहीं करेगा. तो द एग्जामिनेशन विल बी बाइलिंगुअल एज पर द ऑप्शन ऑफ द कैंडिडेट. सो दिस इज अबाउट इवैल्यूएशन. और पेपर्स क्या क्या पढ़ना है. सो सब्जेक्ट्स इंडिकेटेड, द ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन पेपर विल कवर ब्रॉडली द फॉलोइंग सब्जेक्ट. सो तीन पेपर्स है ना. सो पेपर 1 जनरल रूल्स एंड प्रोसीजर, एस्टैब्लिशमेंट, पीएफ एटसेट्रा, and B stores and workshop etc., and C traffic account का. So general, workshop and stores and traffic. Mostly this is how broadly we can divide the MCQ 3 question papers. Okay. Then subjective paper. So subsections है बोल के लिखा ना, तो वो subsections ये है कि एक सेक्शन पे जनरल ऐसे आप लिखना है, लेटर लिखना है, पीसी राइटिंग है. Then there will be one compulsory question on Rajabhasha, so you can get those marks, and remaining parts will test practical aspect of finance and accounts. हमारा बुक्स एंड हमारा कोडल बुक्स से क्वेश्चंस आएगा, और अप्रोचिंग फाइनेंस केस, सो केस स्टडी दिया जाएगा, और उसमें कंक्लूजन कैसा करना है, तो एक्सेप्ट करना है नहीं करना है, सो दैट यू हैव टू गिव इन द फॉर्म ऑफ, सपोज नोट में कैसा डालते हैं आप लिखना है, सो सम केस स्टडी दे विल गिव, and then you have to give answers, and numerical questions related to advanced bookkeeping will be incorporated to judge the analytical ability of the candidate. For use of the calculator will be allowed. So this is what that was given in our RBA 71/21 15/12/21. So based on this, you please prepare well. ये तो आप शुरुआत मानिएगा, and I wish you all the best. So now,
sir,
yes,
sir.
please, yeah.
सर ये इंग्लिश ऐसे, जनरल इंग्लिश ऐसे लेटर एंड प्रेसेस इंग्लिश में होगा कि हिंदी में भी दे लिख सकते हैं, और राजभाषा का क्वेश्चन किस में लिखा जाएगा?
राजभाषा का क्वेश्चन आप अंग्रेजी में भी लिख सकते हैं, मगर अभी तो राजभाषा का क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं ना, तो वैसा ही आप लिखना है। सो व्हाट आर दी, आप धारा 3(3) में क्या है वैसा देते हैं ना, सो व्हाट आर दी साइलेंट फीचर, व्हाट आर दी इंसेंटिव्स दैट यू गिव फॉर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ राजभाषा, सो हमें अंग्रेजी में लिखते हैं, सो यू कैन राइट इन इंग्लिश, बट राजभाषा या हिंदी में भी लिख सकते हैं और अंग्रेजी में भी लिख सकते हैं।
और वो जनरल ऐसे और लेटर एंड प्रेसेस,
that clarity is not there. That clarity is not there. Let us hope that also it will be on Hindi and English.
तो उसको हिंदी में मैंने अपने लैंग्वेज में लिखने के लिए आप लोग थोड़ा सा फोर्स कीजिएगा प्लीज।
अच्छा,
नहीं, हिंदी और इंग्लिश जो हो में मतलब दोनों में लिखने के लिए।
अच्छा, ठीक है।
क्वेश्चन, सर क्वेश्चन पेपर जो होगा बाइलिंगुअल होगा, ओनली हिंदी और इंग्लिश में जो ऑप्ट किया जाएगा सर, वो क्वेश्चन पेपर बाइलिंगुअल होने से बेस्ट होगा।
या बाइलिंगुअल होने से अच्छा होगा, क्योंकि ओनली हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश ना, सो बाइलिंगुअल होने से अच्छा होगा।
हाँ, क्योंकि परफेक्ट वो ट्रांसलेशन नहीं हो पाता है सर, हिंदी करते इंग्लिश से वो गूगल में होता समझ नहीं आता सर। अच्छा सर, और एक चीज था, 300 मार्क का जो क्वेश्चन पेपर होगा उसमें आपका बुक कीपिंग, एडवांस बुक कीपिंग में क्या बैलेंस शीट, बीआरएस वो सब कुछ होगा, माने क्वेश्चन किस प्रकार से डिवाइड होगा सर 300 क्वेश्चन में?
Yeah. Actually, in this letter itself, they said that a detailed syllabus will be given. So most probably, we may have that clarity once they issue that letter also. I think that also will come. Here also, even in our objective type questions also, see, normally we will be seeing books and budget. Normally, we will be seeing that. But here you see, budget and bookkeeping लिखा है. यहाँ पर भी स्टोर्स में भी बजट एंड बुक कीपिंग लिखा है, और ट्रैफिक में
सब बहुत कंफ्यूजन हो जा रहा था।
Yeah, no, it is not confusion. Let us think that it is books and budget only. It is not this advanced bookkeeping. This is in subjective paper only. It will be. So this is only the objective type questions are related to railway working only.
Sir, bookkeeping का question sir. Hello. Just wait. सर बुक कीपिंग में बैलेंस शीट बनाने में कम से कम 1 घंटा लगता है सर, तो 300 नंबर का रहेगा सर, तो उसमें हम लोग बाकी क्वेश्चन कैसे अटेम्प्ट करेंगे सर? तो मैंने आप लोग खुद सोचिए सर, 300 नंबर का पेपर में बैलेंस शीट 1 घंटा ले लेगा, बाकी क्वेश्चन जो देंगे वो आपका एक तो ऐसे है, लेटर है, प्रेसेस है, राजभाषा पे क्वेश्चन है, फिर जस्टिफिकेशन पे क्वेश्चन रहेगा, किस प्रकार करेंगे सर? मैंने आप लोग खुद सोचिए, उसके बाद हम लोग पर इम्प्लीमेंट कीजिए सर।
बट एक्चुअली मैडम
परेशान है सर।
एक्चुअली मैं बोल सकता हूँ, एडवांस्ड बुक कीपिंग में कहीं भी यहाँ पर नहीं दिया है कि ये फाइनल अकाउंट का बैलेंस शीट ये करो वो करो बोल के नहीं देते, खाली आपका एप्लीकेशन कैसा है, suppose this particular entry we will give and how it will be reflected in the book balance sheet. That's how the questions will be there. So most probably the question paper setter also, they will be thinking that how much time it will take. So don't worry about that. Yeah. Then
सर मतलब अभी तक कुछ आपको क्लियर,
या यस प्लीज
सर अभी तक आप लोग खुद क्लियर नहीं कर पाए कि क्वेश्चन किस प्रकार आएगा, फिर हम लोग अपने क्या तैयारी करें, कैसे तैयारी करें सर?
No. Actually, this is in the RBI, in this letter itself, they have very clearly mentioned, Dialogue Board has clearly mentioned that detailed syllabus will follow. This is only indicative. So let us wait for that. Yeah. Now, okay. I'll take, Naishra, you may see the chart.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir Ravinder Tomar from NR. Sir,
Yeah.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah. बोलिए
सर जो क्लासेस अभी सितारे की तरफ से चल रही है मोस्टली सर इंग्लिश में ही चल रही है, तो सर जिस तरह के हमारे नॉर्थ वाले हम हैं सब लोग, तो सर हम तो हिंदी भाषी ज्यादा हैं, तो सर कुछ इस तरह की क्लासेस चलाई जाए जो बाइलिंगुअल हो, हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों, जिस तरह आपने पढ़ाया है बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाया है सर, आपने हिंदी को भी साथ साथ लिया है और इंग्लिश को भी साथ साथ लिया है, तो सभी जितने भी टीचर्स आते हैं पढ़ाने के लिए उनको सर प्रोत्साहित किया जाए कि हिंदी में ही पढ़ाए सर।
Yeah, thank you. And actually, hereafter, अगर मौका आए तो I want to make use of even my PPT also bilingual only. I want to do that.
Yes,
so
sir.
That,
yes.
I know that problem. So
hello, sir.
Yes, please. Next.
Sir, in the sign kar do sir, in the objective syllabus there is no mention of book section. Will there be no book question from book section, sir?
आप जो बात करें, मैं भी अभी बात किया, ये बजट एंड बुक कीपिंग बोल के लिखा है।
Yes sir.
I was actually, मुझे भी अप्रहेंशन है। एक्चुअली ये तो बुक कीपिंग हमारा रेलवे का बुक कीपिंग है, ये एडवांस बुक कीपिंग नहीं होता, तो इसीलिए अगर डिटेल सिलेबस आने के वास्ते आप इंतजार कीजिएगा, सो दैट बाय दैट टाइम वी विल गेट क्लैरिटी। ये तो बुक्स एंड बजट है, ये बुक कीपिंग एडवांस बुक कीपिंग नहीं होता।
And sir, what may be the probable date for the appendix 3 exam, sir?
No, that we can't say because there is still some more exercises have to be done, so I cannot comment on that, so it will take time. Any other?
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Sir, excuse. Sir, पूछ रहे.
Yes, please.
सर पूछ रहे थे जो सर हेलो सर बोल रहे थे सर पूरा क्वेश्चन सर सीबीटी सर कंप्यूटर बेस्ड टेस्ट होगा, तो सर सब्जेक्टिव पेपर क्या सर टाइप करना पड़ेगा?
नहीं, वो एक्चुअली हम आपका डाउट सही है। एक्चुअली ये कंप्यूटर ऑनलाइन का टेस्ट, उसमें कंप्यूटर बेस्ड टेस्ट नहीं दिया है, ये एमसीक्यू की कंप्यूटर बेस्ड टेस्ट है। ये सब्जेक्टिव पेपर का ऑनलाइन टेस्ट बोल के लिखा है। ऑनलाइन टेस्ट माने तो कहीं एक जगह पे आप बैठ के आप लिखना है और वो पीडीएफ डालना है और आई थिंक इट हैज टू बी अपलोडेड, तो वो डिटेल्स आपको बाद में आएगा, अभी उसको इसके वास्ते चिंता मत कीजिएगा। You will be given paper, you have to write on the paper, but it will be uploaded, that is online. So उसके वास्ते आप चिंता मत कीजिएगा। The detailed working out how that subjective paper has to be answered and how it should be uploaded, all those things will be given later, don't worry. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, please.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
बोलिएगा लाल साजी।
हाँ सर, जो पहले से एग्जाम्शन है उसको क्या होगा सर?
हाँ, पहले से एग्जाम्शन है, उसके वास्ते हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजर लेबर तो कुछ मांगा है वो कंटिन्यू करने के वास्ते, मगर ये एक दफा एकदम चेंज हो चुके हैं ना, तो इसलिए वो एग्जाम्शन इसमें फिट नहीं होगा। दैट आल्सो वी हैव टू वेट, बट दैट आल्सो वी हैव टू वेट फॉर द डिसीजन ऑफ रेलवे बोर्ड।
सर ये जो इस बार दिया है 5 साल के, तो वैसे फिर पहले से भी तो आदमी सब जो तैयारी किया है तो उसको भी तो कुछ मौका मिलना चाहिए ना सर?
Let us see. how the things will move, because this is the new setup, which is new examination setup. तो बाकी का पुराना एग्जामिनेशन भी थोड़ा मौका देना चाहिए.
जी जी.
But let us see what Allocation decides. इसमें तो खाली नया मोड का दे रही है. So दूसरा पहले मोड का है, वो कितना साल तक रहेगा, वो रहेगा या नहीं रहेगा. So that will be made clear.
वो आने का चांस है क्या कुछ उसका? वो अभी कुछ नहीं होगा, अभी उस पर कुछ नहीं होगा सर.
We can't say anything. We cannot comment.
सर एग्जाम कब तक हो सकता है सर?
नहीं, वो नहीं बोल सकते, क्योंकि बहुत सारा काम है करने का भी.
और सर नोटिफिकेशन कब तक आ सकता है सर?
Same question. No, we can't comment on that. So the time लगेगा.
Okay, sir, I think it is.
Now, Banerjee, now I want to ask them some questions. So now the questions which we have put 60 questions. Out of that, all 60 correct answers. कितना आदमी दिया है? कितना? How many candidates answered all 60? हाथ उठाइएगा. All 60. Okay. All 55 correct answers. Correct answers 50. 60 से 50. Yes, Rohit.
Sir.
Rohit. कितना मार्क्स आए आपको? कितना करेक्ट आंसर किया? 50 के ऊपर और 55?
Yes sir, I am asking you something about. Yes sir. Sir, I am visually impaired sir candidate.
एक मिनट रोहित, बाद में बात कीजिएगा. अभी मैं इवैल्यूएशन के बारे में मैं सोच रहा हूँ. More than 50. Anyone have answered? More than 50. Okay, more than 40. Ravinder, how many you got?
Sir, 51.
51. Very good. बहुत बढ़िया जी.
Sir, out of 55. सर 5 क्वेश्चन मैंने अटेम्प्ट नहीं किए थे सर, जो मेरे को डाउट था सर.
ठीक है. सो आउट ऑफ 60 मैंने दे चुके हैं, उसमें 51 करेक्ट है.
राइट सर.
वेरी गुड. बहुत बढ़िया है जी. सो यू कंटिन्यू टू डू योर होमवर्क, हाउ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग, सिमिलर वे यू प्रिपेयर, एंड आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. करिश्मा जी, टेल मी.
Yes sir, I got 40 sir.
40. Very good ma'am, very good. And please continue to concentrate where you are lagging, because these are all my questions. It is indicative only, because one question means there are around again 100 questions you can prepare. So with that intention, you please prepare. Yeah, one more. Akash. Yeah. Akash. Yeah.
Sir, 48 cut. Sir, 48.
48. Very good. You continue, and I request all others also continue your efforts. See that how to better your scoring, especially MCQ, because this is just like our preliminary examination. अगर इसमें पास नहीं हुआ तो हमारा सब्जेक्टिव पेपर हम लिए तो भी वो करेक्ट नहीं करते. तो इसीलिए ऑब्जेक्टिव पेपर में कंसंट्रेट कीजिएगा, मगर ऑब्जेक्टिव पेपर कंसंट्रेट करने में आप सब्जेक्टिव पेपर का सब्जेक्ट्स भी पढ़ना है. नहीं है तो आप ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन आप नहीं लिख सकते, क्योंकि कहीं एक कोने से आप हमें एक शब्द निकाल के, एक वाक्य निकाल के क्वेश्चन बना के दे सकते हैं, तो इसलिए प्रॉब्लम होगा. सो विद दैट आई एम वेरी हैप्पी. all the candidates, I wish all the best, and Manhar, should I
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
close the session?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or you may ask any other.
Hello, sir. I'm Rohit, sir.
Yeah, Rohit. Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. Tell me now.
Hello, sir. I'm Rohit. I'm asking you something.
Yeah, please.
हेलो सर.
Yeah, please go ahead.
सर मुझे प्रॉब्लम होती है सर, मैं विजुअल इंपेयर्ड कैंडिडेट हूँ. मुझे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है सर, तो हमारे लिए क्या किया जाएगा सर?
I think you require some assistant because in the academic side one assistance will be given. So that kind of assistance should be required. And one more important point is because you are physically impaired, you will be requiring to operate the computer also. So it will be very difficult and you will require some more time also. So how it will be done? Most probably you will be given a helper, and that helper, whatever say, suppose you say A, he will put A, or if you say question number 2 B, then he will put B. So like that, if that assistance is given, then you will be in a position to complete within that 2 hours. Otherwise, you need more time because you cannot see what is there. So most probably that also will be taken care by. Hope Railway Board will take care about that. Thank you, Rohit, for bringing up that.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Manish, yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, you are saying that we should go through code books. Okay, sir.
Yes.
But code books are not written lately, sir. They are not updated. So what we do in this scenario, sir?
Manish, not only you and me also, many times I faced this problem. In our internal talks also we knew. So railway हमारा course में एक लिखे रखता था, and you will be getting railway board instructions later on. You will be getting. So those railway board instructions actually हमारे को correction slip के रूप में you have to correct so and so para, so and so form. That's how we used to get. So now similar way you have to do any relevant. Suppose you are reading about say measurement book. So you got about the contract measurement book. So that also you have to keep and then write. So railway board letter also you think that it is a code book like only, but where that letter has to be taken, so that you be clear and then you incorporate in your answers. Even suppose if I am asked, suppose I am
finding the correction slips are a tough task, sir, because we don't know what section has been updated and which are not.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. To which para this relevant letter pertains. Unless correction slip is issued, you will not be in a position. But what I want to say is, suppose if you are reading about the measurement book, so you read about contract measurement book also, and in the contract measurement book railway board letter, what type of question they can ask. So you think and prepare in those lines for objective type questions and subjective type. Anyhow, you are ready. So this is how it should be. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Rohit, tell me.
Sir, I'm asking you something out of my marks, sir. There will be so much problem. So some marks relaxation should be also given for me.
No, normally that is not the, no. Normally that is not the practice. Even in our academic circles also, academic institutions also, that is not the way. Normally they give assistance and then evaluate at the same level. They will do that. Sarla Sinha ji.
सर सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन में जस्टिफिकेशन वाले क्वेश्चन में किस प्रकार का क्वेश्चन आएगा सर?
जस्टिफिकेशन, फाइनेंशियल जस्टिफिकेशन,
फाइनेंशियल जस्टिफिकेशन में सर क्वेश्चन किस प्रकार के होंगे? 2-4 उसका उदाहरण बताइए सर.
Actually, financial justification also, I request that IRIFM management to take up this particular topic also. Actually, sometimes they'll give what is financial justification, what is how internal rate of return will be worked out, how a loop line ka justification, what are the points you will check when a proposal comes to you as a finance officer, what are the points you should check? So this is type of questions normally in the financial justification it will come. So all these they are available in the finance code chapter 2. Chapter 2.
सर इसमें क्या क्वेश्चन केवल एक मिनट ये इसमें केवल क्या बोलते हैं फाइनेंस सेक्शन से संबंधित ही क्वेश्चन रहेंगे कि अदर देन एस्टैब्लिशमेंट, अदर देन पेंशन?
That also because only one example, because financial justification you also I told, but here what they are telling is approaching the finance case. That means it is related not only to finance expenditure, finance establishment also. Suppose some creation of post comes, what are the points you will check? Or some upgradation, some restructuring proposal has come, so how you will be checking? So these are all the things which are related to not only finance expenditure, finance establishment, and other areas, even workshops. So where make and buy decisions, how you will do, even traffic accounts, that traffic finance, station to station rates, and other aspects also. Everything they will issue one case study, and they will ask you to give conclusions as if you are a finance officer. That means most probably. Yeah, most probably they intend that all our questions they should not be only paper oriented, but practically how you are going to solve that particular issue. Maybe that's what the railway board is thinking.
सर इससे संबंधित एक आध क्लास करवाने से बेस्ट होता है हम लोग को, क्योंकि हर कोई हर सेक्शन में काम नहीं करता है, सबको उसका नॉलेज नहीं होता है.
I agree. That is the main problem. Suppose ये फाइनेंस एक्सपेंडिचर में जो काम करेगा उसको पता होता है, एस्टैब्लिशमेंट में जो काम करेगा एक पता होता है, ट्रैफिक में जो काम करते हैं उसको पता होता है. तो इसीलिए the main point is, इससे पहले we never used to have that opportunity. Now we are getting an opportunity. So to know what is there in traffic finance, what is there in general finance, what is there in stores finance. So these are all the practical things. So you cannot rely only on books. You have to go to the particular officer or section officer. Please learn the things. Suppose if I say loop line, how a loop line proposal to be checked. So suppose you are working in traffic accounts, how do you know? You will not be knowing. So that is why better for practical cases, that is approaching finance cases, better I request not only rely on the paper, on the books, but you also go to the section, what they are doing, that 1 or 2 points if you write, and we will be very happy.
सर आप पर्सनली नोट रखिएगा सर, दो क्लास आप लीजिएगा सर इस अप्रोचिंग के लिए सर, कैसे करना है सर. आप 2 क्लास पर्सनली आप नोटेड रखिएगा सर, आपको लेना है सर.
Yeah, that is one, but what I want to say, I want to wait for some more time, because let that syllabus railway board letter also be over. So once it comes, then we will be having more clarity, and then we will try on those lines.
Sir, because you are the only hope. Why? क्योंकि सर अभी ऑफिस में बहुत सर स्टाफ घट चुका है, नया स्टाफ तो नहीं है सर, रिटायरमेंट महीने दर महीने हो रहा है, और सर इतना काम का प्रेशर है अपना खुद का टेबल में कि दूसरे का टेबल में जाके सर देखने का भी समय नहीं मिलता, और वो लोग भी बताना नहीं चाहते हैं सर, वो लोग भी बताना नहीं चाहते.
I request IRIFM people to take note of this, and then the practical case studies we will get from the field, and then we will let you know. Actually, that is.
Hello.
आपका सुझाव अच्छा है.
Okay sir.
Hello.
जी सर.
Yes please.
Hello sir. हेलो. हाँ सर, ये कहने का अर्थ है कि सितारा में कोई हिंदी का बुक्स है क्या ये मटेरियल के लिए, जो ऑब्जेक्टिव तो उपलब्ध है, लेकिन सब्जेक्टिव के लिए कुछ है क्या उपलब्ध?
I don't think we are having that bilingual books नहीं है हमारे पास. अगर है तो आपको बताते हैं.
हाँ सर, ये रिकॉर्डिंग का भी कुछ है क्या? एक आदमी पूछ रहा था, रिकॉर्डिंग का भी कुछ है क्या ऐसा?
that will be there.
अच्छा, ओके 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 सर, ओके सर।
सर सॉरी सर, एक चीज उससे कह सकता हूँ
रविंदर?
सर सितारा से और IRIFM से एक रिक्वेस्ट है कि जो क्लासेस हमारी हुई है ना सर, उनको प्लीज यूट्यूब पे आप अपलोड कर दीजिए, ताकि जब भी समय मिले सर हम उनको देख सकें। सर बहुत शॉर्टेज है वहाँ पे, जिस तरीके हम देखना चाहते हैं कोई काम, तो वो प्रॉपर वहाँ पे हमें मिल नहीं पा रही सर। कुछ क्लासेस वहाँ से आउट है सर।
Okay. No. Actually, I think with that intention only these classes were started. Ravinder, actually, I want to share my experience also. One LDC cleared person, he was making. I was just going, and he stopped me, and he was making mention, sir, on the day you told about this performance audit and other audit, and I have recorded it. And while driving from the institute and going home, 2 घंटे लगता था। वो 2 घंटे मैं पूरा फिर वो पूरा सुना, and बाद में I have written the examination. That's what he was making mention. Of course, now he is working as an accounts officer. That is the only issue. So what I want to say is, yes, your suggestion has been well taken, and
वैसा कोई अभी है नहीं, नहीं उपलब्ध नहीं, हम पूछे हैं।
हाँ, वो बंदे को भी तुमने पूछा है ना?
नहीं है।
वो क्या बोले?
नहीं,
I think they are keeping on the YouTube.
मतलब इंग्लिश में है, बुक सब है, लेकिन आप बोल रहे थे रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए ना, रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए।
Recording I think they are keeping
डालेंगे YouTube में वो आप।
थैंक यू।
Any other?
Sir, why negative marking in the objective exam, sir? Because we don't have negative marking in LDC exam.
Manish ji, you can see in bank exam and other exams also that negative marking will be there. Suppose you go on keeping D, आपको कुछ ना कुछ marks मिलेगा without reading also. So that is why this negative marking.
But sir, we don't have negative marking in the LDC exam, sir.
No, that is no LDC वो तरीका अलग है, ये तो 3A का है ना, तो इसलिए
सर LDC इससे इजी है सर। हमारे अपेंडिक्स को तो इतना हार्ड बना दिया सर कि कोई परीक्षा देने का सोचना पड़ता है। LDC बल्कि हमारे एग्जाम से इजी है सर। वो ऑफिसर रैंक के लिए है या SOS रैंक के लिए है सर? मैं कुछ तो उससे रिलैक्स होना चाहिए सर SO एग्जाम को।
Sure. Actually, madam, what you have said is correct, but what I want to say is, हमें एक सेगमेंट जैसा बनाया। हमारा सोच ऐसा है कि मैं जनरल सेक्शन में काम करता हूँ, जनरल अकाउंट्स में, मैं पूरा दूसरे का ट्रैफिक अकाउंट्स में क्या करता है मैं नहीं मानता हूँ। एंड व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन स्टोर्स अकाउंट्स आई डू नॉट नो। सो दैट टाइप ऑफ सोच जो है वो अभी वो दीवारें हैं वो निकल जा रहा है, वो ग्रेजुअली दे वांट टू डिसमेंटल दोज वॉल्स। सो दैट इज व्हाई नाउ you are a section officer in general accounts, you may be posted as a traffic accounts person also, in that way as a TA also you may have to work. So with that, what is happening, every accounts person is becoming a all-rounder. इससे पहले क्या होता था, suppose I am working in pension section, I know only pension, I do not know anything else. अगर हमारा रेवेन्यू कम होते रहे हैं and that expenditure, even PHU, some officers also, they say, no, whatever your earnings are there, my work is most important, you give me funds. So they are not thinking that holistically, because what we are spending, it is based on the earnings. If our earnings are coming down, it is naturally we have to control our expenditure. So that type of search कब आता, when we got that overall expenditure, conceptually, when we are clear about our accounting systems, then we will be knowing. But as you said, I agree 100%. Expecting more, that is of course, but is a question.
सब्जेक्टिव ऑब्जेक्टिव करते करते सर सब्जेक्टिव भी जोड़ दिए सर। एक तो लगता है केवल ऑब्जेक्टिव, ओके, ऑब्जेक्टिव के साथ 3 पेपर, वो फिर सब्जेक्टिव भी सर, फिर उसमें पहले आप उसमें 45 वो लेके आना है, देन आप फिर सब्जेक्टिव का भी एग्जाम होगा। मैंने पहले तो क्या बोले थे कि ओनली ऑब्जेक्टिव होगा, फिर बोलते सब्जेक्टिव भी होगा, मैंने किस उसमें हम लोग फंस रहे हैं ताकि उसमें समझ नहीं आता सर, क्या
Sarla madam, yeah, no, actually what I want to say is objective type only, it will let you know the how far your concepts are clear and how precisely your mind is working. So to that extent objective type is okay, fine. But as an officer, as a section officer, I can say we are in 5-4, we are all in 5-4. So when you are in a supervisory cadre, you have to communicate. So how you will be communicating with your boss? How you will be communicating with your counterpart? Not only your boss communicating, that is okay, fine, because in our internal notings. But you will be communicating with other departmental people. So your आपका communication कैसा है? So that is most important. So that is why either Hindi or English, whatever it may be, so those communication skills also to be checked. So that is why this subjective paper. Otherwise subjective paper जरूरत नहीं है. But as far as our accounts department is concerned, we are not only working within our 4 walls. We have to be interacting with other departmental people. अगर एक शब्द गलती शब्द निकाले हमारे लेटर में, उन लोग ये PNM में नहीं तो GM को नहीं तो PHOD के पास लेके जाते हैं, सर अकाउंट्स वाले वैसा दिख रहा है बोल के. So why should we get bad name? So that is
सर
why.
आपने सर बैंक का एग्जांपल दिया अभी ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन के लिए, बट सर एक चीज पूछना चाहूंगा सर कि जैसे कि CGA में, CAG में एंड अदर गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट में ऐसे सिमिलर सर, उसमें तो मतलब कि 40% मार्क्स लाने के बाद में वो पेपर एग्जाम हो जाता है. हमारा क्यों ऐसा 40% पे पास होने के बाद फिर 60% लाना पड़ेगा एग्जामिशन के लिए? ये सर क्यों है ऐसा सर?
हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजर लेबर है ना, आई थिंक दे शुड हैव पुट दैट पॉइंट. No, most probably they may take up this particular issue also.
सर और ये चीज जैसे कि हम लोग से ज्यादा सुपीरियर सर CAG डिपार्टमेंट है, क्योंकि हम लोग का ऑडिट वो करते हैं सर, हम लोग जो भी काम करते हैं. और वो जब एकदम इजी एग्जाम पास करके आ रहे हैं और हमें सर टफ एग्जाम पास करवाया जा रहा है.
Manish, I cannot agree with you because SAS exam is much tougher than our examination because they have to read the constitution. यार हमारा कोड बुक, हमारे खुद काम करने का कोड बुक पढ़ने में हमारे को मुश्किल हो रहा, उन्हें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया उन्हें पूरा पढ़ना है. वो तो नहीं, लेट अस नॉट कंपेयर, बट सम एक दो पॉइंट्स है तो यस डेफिनेटली आवर ऑर्गेनाइजर लेबर में हाउ टू टेक अप. प्रशांत कुमार
सर प्लीज ये 40% मार्क्स पास एग्जामिनेशन का प्लीज कंसीडर करिएगा.
ठीक है सर.
या प्रशांत.
सर ये सितारा की ट्रेनिंग अगस्त से चल रही है, तो मोस्ट ऑफ दिस टाइम सर जो क्लास जो है सो 1.5 से 2 घंटे चलती है और लगातार इंग्लिश में बताया जाता है. सर हम लोग हिंदी भाषी है, थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होती है सर, तो बहुत सारी चीज मैटर हम लोग समझ नहीं पाते हैं, तो क्वेश्चन रेज नहीं कर पाते हैं. तो कोशिश किया जाए सर बाइलिंगुअली किया जाए, हिंदी को ज्यादा
बाइलिंगुअल
हिंदी को वरीयता दिया जाए सर, हिंदी को वरीयता दिया जाए सर.
बिकॉज मैं इतने महीने से मैं ये आपका सुन रहा हूँ, सो दैट हिंदी प्रॉब्लम इज देयर. सो एज फार एज
मोस्ट ऑफ अस आर हिंदी लैंग्वेज सर.
नहीं मेरा तरफ से मैं ये वादा करूंगा, whenever I prepare the PPT, I'll see that it is in bilingual. वैसा होगा. तो
सर आपको जब भी सभी आप तो अनुरोध इसीलिए कर रहे हैं क्योंकि आप हिंदी में करते हैं, इसीलिए हम कहते हैं कि आप सबको प्रोत्साहित कीजिए सर. उनको
फजलुद्दीन सर का हिंदी क्लास बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है हम लोग को, काफी अच्छे से समझाते हैं
सर. बिल्कुल सर, वो सर हो गए, आप हो गए, बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं सर, नो डाउट सर. लेकिन सर सभी को कहिए कि आप भी थोड़ा सा हिंदी में सर, चलो 100% नहीं, कम से 40% 50% हमें हिंदी पढ़ाइए तो सर बड़ा अच्छा लगेगा सर. ठीक है सर.
एक्चुअली वी विल कोशिश करेंगे
सर. आपकी कोशिश ही हमारे लिए बहुत कुछ है सर. थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू.
यस शाला जी.
सर वो 300 नंबर का जो क्वेश्चन है वो 3 घंटे में कैसे जस्टिफाई होगा, थोड़ा सा ये बताइए. उसका या तो पार्ट वाइज क्या क्या क्वेश्चन किस प्रकार से आएगा, थोड़ा सा उसको यदि क्लियर कर देते तो बेस्ट होता था. क्योंकि सर एक घंटे का क्वेश्चन 2 घंटा, मतलब 100 पेपर का क्वेश्चन जो है 2 घंटा, 300 का क्वेश्चन का 3 घंटा, जस्टिफाइड नहीं है सर। यहाँ पर फाइनेंशियल जस्टिफाई, ये
सर you please wait for that syllabus letter also to come from railway board.
सिलेबस आ जाएगा तो सर तो जैसा भी आएगा वो तो हमको झेलना पड़ेगा, बात ही नहीं है सर। उसमें आप लोग कुछ बोलिए सर, थोड़ा सब कुछ बोलेंगे, रेलवे बोर्ड को तो कुछ कंसीडर करेगा सर, नहीं तो उनको तो ऊपर है, जो बोल दिए हाँ 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 हो जाएगा सर। हम लोग के प्रॉब्लम्स को सर आप समझ रहे हैं, आप अपनी हमारी ओर से आप रिप्रेजेंट कीजिए सर, और किस प्रकार से मतलब इजी हो जाए हमारे लिए सर, क्योंकि 3 घंटे में 300 पेपर सर कैसे करेंगे। और आपने कहा कि बैलेंस शीट नहीं आएगा, ओके, तो फिर सर नंबर कितने सारे क्वेश्चन होंगे जो 300 नंबर का क्वेश्चन नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन बहुत सारे हो जाएंगे सर।
So that is why is actually madam, when this change of pattern was mooted, then many people thought that objective type will be very easy.
Yes, sir.
The first day, the first day itself, I told all of we 3 members, we told that objective type will not be going to be easy unless we are thorough with subjective. We will not be in a position to attempt the objective type question. कुछ एग्जाम कुछ मार्क्स देने को भी मौका नहीं मिलेगा, क्योंकि आप क्लोज करने के बाद आपका मार्क्स आपको पता हो जाता है, एग्जामिनर के हाथ में कुछ भी नहीं होता। सो दैट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट। अगर आपका आंसर अच्छा लगा मुझे, सो आई कैन गिव से आउट ऑफ 5 आई कैन गिव 2 marks, or I can give 5 marks also, or I can give 3 marks. But that kind of discretion is not there in the objective type. It is very difficult to get. That is why most probably railway board have lifted those number of attempts, because it is very difficult to pass. We saw in one of the railway 2 or 3 examinations, no one passed for a particular examination, which was conducted on objective type. It is very difficult. But
deep knowledge is जरूरी है।
Yeah, but let us not get disheartened, but let us wait and see, and कुछ ना कुछ तरीका मिलेगा। Let us see.
Okay, thank you sir.
सर सिर्फ अनलिमिटेड अटेम्प्ट होने से कुछ नहीं होता है सर, उसके लिए हम लोग को पढ़ना भी तो पड़ता है। मतलब ऑफिस से आने के बाद तो फैमिली को हम लोग समय भी नहीं दे पाते। मतलब जैसा आप वास्ट सिलेबस हो गया है, अगर मतलब पहले के सिलेबस पे ऑब्जेक्टिव होता सर तो कोई इशू नहीं था, बट अब तो सिलेबस को बहुत वास्ट कर दिया गया सर।
Actually, the subjective papers which we used to have, that was much easier, because suppose audit, मैंने sure question आता था, and anyone can write, but now it is not. We are not sure whether some question will come on audit. I cannot say. Some question will come on finalization. I cannot say. So because in those 100-300 pages books, वैसा हमारे को 6 पढ़ना है, नहीं तो 8 पढ़ना है। सो उसमें कहीं एक कोने से एक क्वेश्चन मैंने जैसा बनाया वैसा बना सकते। सो अब कितना आप याद रखना चाहते हैं, इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट। सो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज नॉट सो इजी।
सर इसलिए 40% पे एग्जामिनेशन सर बहुत जरूरी है सर।
Let us see. Railway board will hear all these things. Let us see. Any other money? Mamta Singh ji. Mamta Singh.
सर एवरेज वाला हटा देना चाहिए सर, एवरेज एग्रीगेट 45% होना चाहिए। 40% ओके, पासिंग मार्क ओके, 45 वाला हटा देने से बेस्ट हो जाता, तो थोड़ा कुछ लोग पास हो जाते हैं, वरना तो फिर सपना देखो कि अपने का अपेंडिक्स पास होना है सर।
Actually that is
कोशिश कीजिए सर।
हाँ सर, माइनस मार्किंग के लिए भी सर माइनस मार्किंग नहीं होनी चाहिए।
ना माइनस मार्किंग मैं बोल दिए ना, आप बिना पढ़िए without reading anything, put ये और बी
अब रेलवे के सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स
एक मिनट ऐसा सी लगाएगा। सो अगर वैसा करे तो that is not correct way of dealing with the objective questions. So that is why that negative, to discourage it, wild guesses, that negative marking is there. When you are sure, you should put, otherwise avoid. With that deterrent we kept as that 20.25 marks. 4 गलतियां हैं तो 1 मार्क चले जाएगा।
सर एक बात पूछना चाहते हैं।
बिहारी जी, या
जी सर, सितारा का ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक कैसे प्राप्त कर सकते हैं?
बनर्जी
सर, सितारा का बुक कैसे प्राप्त?
आंसर इज गिवन।
काउंटर पे रहेगा, सितारा में काउंटर पे सेल कर रहे हैं। वो 300 रुपये एक बुक है। आप किसी को बेच के, नहीं तो यहाँ पर कोई है तो आप ले सकते हैं। अगर कुरियर करना है तो बहुत कुरियर का डबल होगा, तो इसलिए कुरियर मुश्किल है। अगर आप यहाँ पर कोई है तो आप उनसे ले सकते हैं।
सर कौन कौन सी बुक है, रेफरेंस थोड़ा दे दीजिएगा ना।
नहीं, ये की है अभी MCQ है, हिंदी में है। अब आप ऐसा करिए, अगर आप पूछे, अगर बल्क में चाहिए, अगर सबको चाहिए 10-15 है तो कोई आ सकते हैं, आप वहां से आके लेंगे तो अच्छा। नहीं तो कुरियर एक बुक के लिए 700 होगा, तो इट्स वेरी बहुत कॉस्टली होगा। तो आप अगर देखिए, अगर 10-15 बुक किसी को चाहिए तो आप आके सितारा करके ले जा सकते हैं आप, तो दैट बी इजी। आप देखिए, ठीक है
सर। एड्रेस क्या होगा वहाँ का?
एड्रेस सितारा, अभी सितारा सिकंदराबाद स्टेशन उतरने के बाद में थारना का, सितारा थारना का।
ठीक है सर,
ठीक है।
ओके, थैंक यू सर।
ओके सर, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? शैल वी वाइंड अप?
One person has asked, sir, I got 30 marks only, and I don't know I passed or failed. नहीं, ये तो पास फेल का ये नहीं है, खाली हमारा टेस्टिंग के वास्ते बस तेज हमें कहाँ पर है। सो एक आदमी ने बोला 41 और 51 आ गया, तो so you have to improve yourself, that's all. And these type of tests, you don't wait for someone to prepare and test. You yourself, when you read a particular subject, to suppose one chapter आपने पढ़े, and then you write your own objective type question, कैसा आ सकता है, then that will give you an idea, and you will be sure to write correct answers, and guess भी करने का जरूरत नहीं होता।
Okay sir, one more person is saying notification के बाद में कितना समय लगे, पूरा अभी premature है। Just wait and watch, wait for the relevant syllabus। आप इतना मुश्किल भी नहीं है, आप नहीं सोचना कि बहुत मुश्किल है, आप पढ़ते रहिए, ऊपर वाले पे भरोसा करिए, आप डेफिनेटली पास हो जाएंगे, पर पढ़ते रहिए, ठीक है?
पढ़ते रहिए। या बनहर, आई वांट टू ऐड वन मोर थिंग, पढ़ते रहिए, एंड आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस आप खुद बनिएगा, and answers you knew. So that is how you, even now also I have prepared in that way only. My PPT I prepared by reading. So without reading subjective papers, you will not be in a position to write objective. So subjective thorough रहना, and you make your own questions automatically. एक तो पॉजिटिव नॉर्मल वे आ जाएगा, नॉट बोल के आ जाएगा, odd one दे दो बोल के आ जाएगा. So different ways of putting the objective questions.
Okay, so, sir, I think we'll wind up. It's already 2.5 hours session it is. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of the academy, I thank you, sir. And then important announcement, from tomorrow onwards, all the online sessions are cancelled till further orders. आप note कीजिए, कल से online classes पूरा cancel हो गया till further orders. Okay, there will not be any online class. ये बीच में आप, this is the time for you to please study everybody, and all the best. Thank you all.
Thank you participants, and thank you Benher for giving me this opportunity.
Sir, yes, sir.